what the card draw is for your grand final set. And before we do, make sure you give a Kemi some GGs in the chat. Show some love to your...
Oh, that's obvious. The Phillies won today. Okay.
Oh, a little bit of PA rivalry going.
This is finally.
So as LFK shows us, we have Come to Life ESP, Awake ESP, PSMO, Steam Maiden ESP, OTP, Over the Period, Neutrino, and Pursuer. That's a hell of a grand final set.
It's a hell of a grand final set. It's a mix of a little bit of everything.
Look at this fucking set.
That is
every song I wanted to draw all day.
Renatalis coming over, slamming their phone with...
Enough to run a Saltines factory.
Oh, Lord.
Aaron.
All right, cool, thank you. All right, so first up, we have... Yo, they're doing it! The boys are doing it! We got OTP starting off!
OTP here is Over the Period, one of the 2014 boss songs.
That was a protected song. We have PSMO, Paranoid Survivor Max, Oni, or Challenge, Come to Life ESP, and then if it warrants it, we have Neutrino and Pursuer. Awake and Steam Mating are the ones that were vetoed.
Folks, the grand finals are upon us. At stake here, I believe, is like $200 difference in the prize pot. If I've read the rules correctly, right? First prize gets to go home with $420 and he plays it. And second place gets home with $200. I'll need to double check that for sure, but yeah, there's a lot at stake in these final 5 songs. First up is OTP, Over the Period. It's a very difficult 18. It's considered one of the hardest to time 18s. To pass, it's a very interesting thing to work on. But both players here, certainly familiar with having double 8'd. Bogo, though, with the 979, as a PP favorite to win this matchup. It's the 18. No
all right. I peed so hard with force that it rocketed me right back into the commentator's chair.
Oh,
Chat,
wow.
are you fucking ready? This is your grand finals. Both players locked in. Let's go.
Let's get some hype in chat. Can we get some hogs? This song, even though you have to spend most of it reading slow, is synced early, so that adds an extra layer of complexity to timing the song. This opening is at 33 beats per minute. Going for the last, bit of Sun Plus adjustment here by Birds. Got just the last
all right,
adjustment.
let's see if he can go ahead and slap it in.
PFC is the opening burst. Right now we are 200 beats per minute.
Bird still with the PFC. It's very fucking impressive as he's sitting on about 40 EX points over Bogo.
Slow down to 160 now. We're doing a series of staircases. This is extremely technical slow section.
All right, Bird still maintaining about 20 points, and it's kind of wavering between 20 and 10 as Bogo does pick up some misses right there.
Bogo is hanging on, though. Being 20 EX behind on a chart like OTP is a very good achievement so far. Right now, they're just catching their breath as this section oscillates between 80, 160, and 320 BPM. A pain in anyone's tail trying to, time this song properly.
All right, both players crushing the run.
Both players.
Bogo did pick up a great, but Bogo is now in the lead. Took advantage of Bird's kind of slippage right there.
This section is now 210 BPM. It's a little faster.
Bogo with 13 points.
We now speed up to 420. Bogo here on 1.5. This could be a fast read. Bird's handling perfectly, though. Bogo still up by 18. Birds rushes that, Jack.
All right, here we go, chat. It's going to come down to the end. And Bogo takes it, 2039, 1955. The only 18 of the tournament, and what a hell of an 18 it was.
Absolute opening. Birds had a very strong opening, but I think as you saw, later on, he was starting to gas out. He was getting those, he was rushing those greats on those jacks at 420, and then going in for, what is essentially sort of off-time crossovers. Bogo, on the other hand, his stamina coming in absolutely clutch here, and really just playing the long game with that song.
Definitely made sure that, didn't let the lead get too far ahead of him, and I would say very wisely knew the points in which he needed to clutch it out, and it paid off for him as he ended off with a pretty substantial lead.
This is a chance for Birds to come back, though. This is PSMO. We've seen, Birds play very good 16s game tonight. We just saw him, come out of like PFCing Life is Beautiful, right? This isn't much slower. It's 290, so it's equivalent to 145 16s, and it's also a boomer chart.
It is definitely quite a boomer chart. All the boomers know how this song hits. Both players sitting on the tail of the tape. Both players sitting on the PFC, and it looks like Bogo has eight less perfects than Birds does in this case. So that means at this point it's anyone's game. Bogo, I'm sure, would love to go up 2-0 in this and be sitting on a cushy lead. But let's see if Birds, hyping himself up right there before we get into it.
The important things to pay attention to, chat, in this song: late sync and lots of crossovers. Bogo up 1 in this opening. Nails the first crossover, both players.
Ooh, good go steps.
Excellent work. That is a very difficult time section.
And we are tied.
Coming up on another such slowdown. Both players nail it. This section is relatively easy.
Both players still sitting on a PFC. Very impressive. But, if you're familiar with the song, you know that the hard part of this song is at the end. And, commentator's curse. Birds picks up his first grade.
But he's still up. He's tied. He's down 1. Bogo coming in with maintaining the PFC right now. Up 2 Birds. This is literally anyone's game right now. It really comes down to both players know this crossover run. It is a notoriously difficult crossover run.
Here we go, folks.
Birds PFC's the first section. Gets a miss at the end. Struggling to maintain.
Oh,
and his gas is out.
All right, let's go ahead and see the finish from Bogo. See if he can hold on to that PFC. And PFC 18-13.
Hot dog. 38. That is very clean. It's close to 95%.
Yo, we are popping off in grand finals. Let's go!
Bogo
Wildin'.
emotional. I don't think he expected that.
Strong showing from Bogo. Going into the third song, Bogo definitely needed that. He is in a very good position to go ahead and clutch it out. Let's see if Go Birds takes a second. He's going to need to take a second to breathe, hold on to it, reconnect, and try to focus on this next one.
Because if Bogo takes this next one, that's the match.
It is. So we are going to go to Come to Life. Yet another tricky chart. However, it does look like Bogo does have the advantage in terms of scoring, but not by much. It looks like we are about, I would say,
19 perfect.
19 perfect difference.
Just looking at their faces, chat, it's like Bogo's feeling emotional. It's
All right.
like, I don't think he
Birds is locked in.
Birds is locked in. Each match is a roller coaster unto itself.
All right, chat. Here we go. Potentially the last match of the tournament. We're locked in. Let's see some good-ass DDR. Show some love, chat. Let's go. Come to Life ESP. Birds needing this to stay alive in the tournament.
Bogo opening with a strong 1 perfect, 2 perfect opening. Birds up 1.
Lead trading back and forth in the slowdown section. Both players sitting on the PFC. All right, here we go.
Bit of turns here. Bogo deciding to double sets, it looks like.
All right, chat. Remember how I said it gets tricky? Eyes open. Get ready for it.
Bogo gets a great. Birds up 1. This is neck and neck. Birds picking up rushing that drill there.
Birds rushing it, and unfortunately Bogo able to capitalize and take a little bit of a lead. 7 points.
Halfway through the song, these margins are very narrow right now. Both players are very competent in the song, so every perfect mistake here adds up with much greater weight. Birds needs to put himself in a good position to recover and stay in the window like best he can. Bogo needs to play defense here and just keep doing.
All right, chat. This is going to be your last breather that you're going to get. And it's not long. We're going to open right back up.
Bogo with the surprise good. Both players otherwise, not relaxing too much here. This is it.
And
Bogo
Birds picks up some misses.
And there we are.
And Bogo,
32.
Bogo, your Dahn right upper division champion with the 3-0 over Go Birds. Everyone cheering his name. Yo, let's get some GGs in the chat. Everyone give it up, not only for Go Birds, but also your Dahn right upper division champion, Bogo, clutching it out with an undefeated run in this winner's bracket.
Bogo appearing certainly emotional. It's a very stressful thing, come out the grand champion, be on top of like 33 seeds, work through 2 months of qualifiers, very difficult songs, and spend 12 hours, or in this case like 6 hours. I believe he joined us later today, and just make it all the way to the end.
Yes, and it looks like the title is going to be to the hometown hero,